Majority of us do not understand money to the extent it should be. It is critical in one's life to understand how to make a financial decision from a diverse range of financial products available. Finance is a pattern of management that covers many areas like banking, taking a loan, investing, insurance, and tax debt. Finance is all about managing money and how to get the money you need. Finance is also about looking after and learning about the things in financial systems that are made up of money, banking, credit, investments, assets, and liabilities. Welcome to Finance Advisor, and in this video, everything about basic finance will be discussed. You'll discover how to run a money-smart household, cut waste, and save money on medical and transportation costs, such as tackling your debt head-on and building good money habits. Stick around because you are about to discover a personal financial development that will lift you from all financial burden for life. Now let's head on. Before we talk anything about financing, we must talk about savings and investing, because if there's no money, we won't see any penny to manage. We'll first look at savings. Now, what is savings? Saving money simply means putting money aside to solve essential problems. We put money aside for purchases and unexpected expenses. Saving money gives us immediate access to money when we need it, and it will have a low risk of losing its value in the future. It is critical to keep track of your savings and to assign a deadline or timeline, as well as a monetary value to your savings goals. And what about investing? When it comes to investing, it is critical to do so wisely. If you start investing as soon as possible, you will get a better return. Understanding the various types of investment vehicles, what they are used for, and how to use them is critical to achieving financial success. For long-term goals, such as our children's college funds or retirement, we make long-term investments. We make use of specific vehicles that facilitate long-term growth. Investments and savings are primary attributes to make personal finance work. But in general, it is very important to understand the core areas that handle finance management, and we will take a look at each of them, one after another. The first is tax. But what is tax? A tax is a fee or charge that must be paid by someone or an organization to the government, in order for the government to pay for public works that have the best facilities and infrastructure. Under the law, refusal to pay taxes at all attracts consequences. The tax liability, the tax function, the documents and receipts that you may require in order to save money in the long run will be issued to you by the government. When you understand the fundamentals of taxation, it will be easier for you to manage your personal finances and save money for your income tax returns. Next is assets. What you purchase or whether you purchase everything is not an investment, so it is important to understand the fundamental difference between appreciating assets and deteriorating assets. For instance, many of the things that people buy, such as a car, will almost certainly depreciate in value in the long run. This does not imply that it is a bad investment to consider. In fact, it may be a necessary part of your life and income in the future. In any case, these purchases are significant in your life, which is not a compelling reason to purchase them at the lowest possible price. It is not always necessary to purchase something in excess of what you require. Understanding whether the purchase you are about to make will be beneficial or will deteriorate will assist you in making more informed choices. Another that is very important to talk about is cash flow. The net amount of cash that an organization receives and disperses over the course of a given period of time is referred to as cash flow. Maintaining a positive level of cash flow is required in order for a company or organization to remain in business, and positive cash flows are also required in order for any firm to generate value for investors. Hence, cash flow is the flow of funds generated by a company or a trader, for instance, regardless of the way in which they conduct their business activities. Essentially, it represents the cash flow of the company as if it were entirely financed with its own capital, thus isolating the tax effects of the financing from the cash flow. It must be defined on an after-tax basis before any financial expenses, before interest can be deducted from the total. Now we will move to contingency funds. Contingency funds are simply funds that have been set aside to deal with any unforeseen scenarios or emergencies that a company may encounter at any point in time. Businesses hold onto this fund in the form of liquid assets or cash, depending on their needs. The purpose of a contingency fund is to improve the monetary stability of an organization by establishing a safety net for the company, which can then be used to protect itself against adversity. This fund is very important in anyone's life or an organization. That brings us to the importance of contingency fund. One of the most important applications of a contingency fund is to protect you from having to rely on credit to meet unexpected financial obligations. In the event of a crisis, you may not have a large amount of cash on hand and may be forced to take out a loan or use a credit card to deal with the situation, resulting in you having to pay interest on the loan or credit card for years. As a result, having a contingency fund can help you avoid taking on too much debt. Now we get to retirement. Retirement is the point in a person's life when they stop working, which occurs at the age of 62 on average. Retirement can be voluntary or involuntary, and it lasts approximately 20 years in the United States. In either case, it can be a relaxing period of exploration, fulfillment, and leisure, or it can be an intense period of financial hardship. There will be no more stress about pleasing the boss or customers, or about finding ways to put up with difficult coworkers in the future. There will be no more battling traffic. There will be no more performance evaluations or endless meetings. Suddenly, you have complete control over your time. You could take up a new hobby or donate your time to a worthwhile cause. You can even work part-time if that is what you prefer. Here are 6 fundamental suggestions to make retirement investing a little less difficult. When it comes to retirement savings accounts and investments, you should be aware of your options. Start saving for retirement as soon as possible to ensure that your money has more time to grow. Keep track of your overall net worth on a regular basis to determine if you're on track to retire comfortably. Keep an eye out for investment fees, as they can significantly reduce the amount of money you have saved for retirement. If you require assistance or advice, consult with a financial professional. Insurance. Insurance is a contract between an individual or organization and an insurance company, represented by a policy under which the individual or organization receives financial protection or reimbursement in the event of a loss. The company pooled the risks of its clients in order to make payments to the insured more affordable. What insurance is and how it works. Every type of insurance policy is available, and virtually any individual or business can find an insurance company that will insure them, for a fee, of course. Auto, health, homeowners, and life insurance policies are the most common types of personal insurance policies. Almost everyone in the United States has at least one of these types of insurance, and car insurance is required by law in most states. Now that you understand the fundamentals of finance in your life, it is vital that you apply it to almost every aspect of your life as soon as possible so that you can reap the benefits when it is not too late. If you love the effort we put in here to create a great content like this, kindly join us by clicking the subscribe button and activate the notification bell to be the first that will view our next interesting videos. Until next time, please write us your thoughts about today's video in the comment section below.